Hello, and welcome to the Tartan Topiary. I'm Mary, and I'd like to invite you into my library as we look at this week's book. Sims-Hilditch, Beautifully British Interiors, written by Giles Kime, with Emma Sims-Hilditch. Emma Sims-Hilditch is a British interior designer known for her distinctly modern interpretation of the English living aesthetic. In the 1980s, Emma and her husband relocated to the English countryside. There, they restored a late 18th century schoolhouse. This experience sparked a more personal engagement with interior design, and in 2009, Emma opened her own design studio. As creative director of Sims-Hilditch, she has shaped a design practice that is grounded in a clear philosophy, which is a home must function effortlessly before any decoration is to be considered. The design firm of Sims-Hilditch creates striking interiors that epitomize the English country house look of today. This book embraces the best of old and new British design, with the use of traditional materials and a pared-back aesthetic to create stylishly comfortable rooms for modern living. Spanning the extraordinary volume of the studio's most recent works, such as projects with townhouses, historic county manors, and seaside villas. The interiors in this book reflect spaces from sumptuous entrance halls and sitting rooms to hardworking kitchens and boot rooms. Before the design team introduces an abundance of floral and damask textiles, striking colors, both refined and comfortable furnishings, and even decorative trims. These areas are all organized for efficiency and practicality. The book explores the fruits of complex and rewarding collaborations that artfully breathe new life into old buildings, but also offers an insight into an exciting new chapter in the fascinating stories of these classic English country houses. New materials and technologies paired with traditional decorative devices reinvigorate a Victorian house in the city, an 18th century country house, a Jacobean manor, an apartment in London's Old War Office, and many other quintessentially British residences. More than a showcase, Beautifully British Interiors is a testament to the very best of Sims-Hilditch, as each project represented embodies the carefully considered approach that defines their design philosophy. Sims-Hilditch, Beautifully British Interiors, written by Emma Sims-Hilditch, with Giles Kime. This book has 256 pages. It is published by Rizzoli, and it originally retailed for $60. Earlier in the spring, I planted an impatiens in this urn that was located beneath a cluster of azaleas. The azaleas provided quite a bit of shade, which was needed for the impatiens. Impatiens are one of my most favorite shade-loving plants. They have always done very well for me, and it must run in the family because I remember my grandmother planting them, as well as my mother. They come in the most delightful colors. My grandmother liked every color. And my mother, who enjoyed a more formal garden, would choose one or two colors. We trimmed a few of the azaleas. And that brings me to another favorite flower, the dipladenia. The dipladenia is often considered the perfect flowering plant because it is easy to maintain, blooms profusely, transplants easily in pots or in the ground. It's drought tolerant, does great in full sun, and has a long life. Although I am located in the southern part of the United States, my dipladenia bloomed beautifully until the end of December of last year. They love the sunshine, and they're very drought tolerant. About this time every year, Daniel and I will walk around the yard and take note of the plants that may need to be watered more or fertilized less. And we also take this opportunity to transplant others, or just take note of how things are growing, especially any new seeds or bulbs that we purchased. The heat and the lack of rain has really been difficult on my hydrangeas, but this is pretty typical for early July. We do have a well on this property, which allows us to water our plants when needed, and we're very grateful for that. It's at this time that we also see things that need to be painted, touched up, or repaired. We do this early in the morning because by midday the heat is almost intolerable. We hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. Our country is 250 years old, and I still remember our country's bicentennial. I was 7 years old, but I distinctly remember how it influenced interior design and even garden design. It was eagles and red, white, and blue everywhere. My mother redesigned our garden to mimic those of historic Williamsburg, and I was so excited. Daniel and I wish you a happy Independence Day. We hope you stay cool and safe and enjoy time with family and friends. I hope you join me next week as we look at Southern Interiors, a celebration of personal style.